you're having an issue with your husband, you're going through, and it's not the end of the world, but you wish you had someone to talk to. You think about all the people you have in your life. You think about your family, your friends, peers, co-workers. You think about everyone. You think about your mother-in-law and anyone that can help you, and you consider talking to them, but you also want to protect your relationship and your marriage. You can't really talk to anyone and you're not quite sure what to do. That's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get into it. Okay, ladies, so we often find ourselves in places where we're frustrated, we're tired, we're upset, maybe we're emotionally charged, or we're just physically fatigued. Whatever the situation is, we often will find ourselves in our relationship where we just wish we had someone that we could confide in, someone that we could talk to, someone that will guide us and not lead us astray, not lead us to, oh, you need to divorce him, or, there's something negative, say, oh yeah, I knew that man I knew he wasn't worth it, and just all the negative talk. You don't want to hear it. That's not why you're talking to them, and that's often what keeps you from seeking out wise advice or wise counsel from other women. I have been there. Again, I have been married for 25 years. This year is my 26th, and I have been at a place where I just really wanted someone to talk to. I knew I couldn't talk to my family, and I knew how they weren't necessarily my husband's best friend. They didn't really like him. They didn't like the fact that he came and kind of took me away from the family. I knew that I couldn't confide in them about things that we were going through and seeking advice or help. Also knew that they were speaking from a different place. I wanted to grow from a place of really applying biblical principles to my life and our marriage. I wanted to live circumspect to what I understood that the Bible was instructing me. And that's not necessarily, although my family is very religious and they did attend church and everything, you didn't necessarily always see the application of their beliefs in their lives. And so if they don't have their life together, I didn't feel like they could help me in the journey or the path that I was taking for my particular issue or problems or challenges in my marriage. Therefore, I did not reach out to my family. I didn't have many friends because, again, you feel as though because you are in a marriage or you're successful, you resemble some type of success. Your friends are not necessarily always happy for you or are applauding you. Then are they really your friends? We don't know. We cannot examine that right now. But the point is, you don't feel like you can really discuss your issues with your friends as well, because again, if they do not believe as you or they do not uphold the same principles that you have, they can't necessarily guide you and help you to have a better outcome in your marriage. So as a woman, you often find yourself in situations where you want to talk, but you're not sure who to talk to. And you're very cautious about who you're talking to and what you're talking about. So in those particular instances, that's when I would advise you. And I'm very cautious about talking to your pastor and things like that. Unfortunately, it largely depends on the quality of your church and where you're getting your spiritual counseling from. Nevertheless, the reason why I'm talking to you ladies about that is because that's what I'm all about. You should seek someone out in your life who has the same values, who is pursuing the same results as you, and they've achieved a certain level of success. You should absolutely find those people, especially when you first get married, and you should agree with your husband, hey, this couple is very successful. This woman, she is very much who I want to be, who I want to become. She has her stuff together. And it's not that she's perfect or anything like that, but she's achieved some level of success with her husband, with her children, with her home. Every time you visit her home, it's clean. Every time you're talking to her, she's uplifting her husband. She's not tearing him down. Even in private conversations, it's always uplifting. It's always positive. It's always encouraging. Her husband speaks very highly of her. Her children are very well-mannered. So on and so all of these things speaks to her character and how she conducts herself in her home and with her husband and her children. You should absolutely identify this type of woman, and then you should see if you can build that relationship. Hey, and you reach out to this woman. Hey, we just got married. I'm looking for someone that can kind of mentor me, that can listen to me when we're going through our issues, that I would like to reach out to, talk to, get some guidance, advice when we're kind of struggling a little bit. And you know, I really like your personality. I like who you are. I like what you've accomplished. And I really like that, like for you to be that person for me. I really think there's nothing wrong with that. I really think that this is actually something that if every couple did it, they would avoid the topic of divorce so soon in their marriage. Now, it's not that it will prevent it altogether, because it largely depends on the people who have gotten married, how much they know about each other, how compatible they are, how much they're willing to work, and how much they acknowledge the other individual a part of their union. There's so many variables, okay? So I'm not saying that it's going to be the complete solution, but I am saying that it is one step in the right direction. It's like with anything, we have mentors, we have education, we have all kinds of things that can help us in so many different areas of our lives, in our work. We have so many different resources when it comes to our livelihood. But what we need to create the same support system that we know that we need in our careers for our marriages, so that we can be a lot more successful. And I know that as a woman, we need that sisterhood, but we need a healthy sisterhood. We need a sisterhood that's going to help us overcome, help us to succeed, help us to continue to work towards success, having a successful marriage and a happy, fulfilling home for our children and our husband. So again, I'm just putting this out there because as a wife coach, many people ask me, well, what does a wife coach do? How can a wife coach help you? A wife coach can tell you that she understands where you're coming from. She's been there before. These are some of the things that she did. This is how you can avoid that particular situation. These are things that you can do to alleviate what's going on in your marriage, how you can avoid making it worse, so on and so forth. So she's ultimately someone, or I am ultimately someone that can help you overcome some of the challenges that you face in your marriage without being so close in proximity to you, where you feel like you're exposing yourself and you're exposing your marriage, where you feel like I know you and I'm trying to ruin something that you have because of familiarity. Familiarity breeds contempt. So when you're close to your family and your friends and your peers and your co-workers, and they're not all necessarily happy for you, it's hard for you to share. It's hard for them to be that support system that you need because of their own jealousy, their own inadequacies, their own failures in their relationship, or their own failures within their in their marriage. Now they're speaking from a place of defense instead of giving you the best advice for your marriage, your relationship, your situation. They're essentially talking to you, defending themselves or defending their position, defending the choices that they made, defending how they went about it, justifying themselves through the communication with you. So many different things. So that is what I'm here for, your wife coach, April Lee Mbakop of 25 years. I've been married, 4 children, and I've been working on this path or this trajectory with my husband. And I really want to help you guys. I really want to help you in your marriage and to help you overcome, to help you avoid divorce so that we can have a better outcome in our marriages and so on and so forth. Reach out to me, send me a comment, ask me a question, check out my YouTube videos, follow me on Instagram. I'm sharing all kinds of tips and tricks, things that I've learned over the past 25 years. Also things I've witnessed of my in-laws and my mom, who they've all been married collectively probably more than 100 years. So I have a lot of people around me where I've witnessed healthy, successful relationships. I've learned things myself, and it is our duty as older women to teach the younger women how to love their husbands. And so that is what I'm trying to do in these videos. I hope you enjoy them. As always, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye bye now.